Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime Primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
His balls are different in person.
And Leon Searcy.
So they were smelling themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
With no deal.
Welcome in. We are ready to crank on a Tuesday, a beautiful afternoon, right here on the First Coast. Hope everybody's having a good one. We know we are fired up and having a good one because JJ brought in lunch for us earlier after the players bet. The lunch bet, he paid off quickly. I got to give him credit for that. So Big Search was treating us to lunch last week. JJ treating us to lunch this week. Give yourself a round of applause, JJ, because that was just outstanding. And
round of applause to Victor Hovland and Ludwig Oberg for just not even making the cut. Yeah. And then Hovland comes back the next week and just promptly wins. What's
on the
that
PGA
about?
Tour, which is just nuts. But we got plenty to get into today. We got our head coach, Dave Campo, hanging out with us. We just wrapped up our Campo and Joe podcast on a Tuesday. We're doing it twice weekly. We're making you work overtime, Coach. You're okay with that, right?
Absolutely. It's ball.
Yeah, you're ready. And we talked a lot of draft today on the podcast. And so Leon and Matt, we're going to get into all these different possibilities. The Prisco mock came out yesterday. Mike Tannenbaum on ESPN put out his GM kind of point of view mock, which is interesting as far as the selections that he had in his first 10 that we will get into. And then we're just going to try and attack it from a number of different angles, especially with Pro Day yesterday, Leon, for Cam Ward. Mm-hmm. So the report comes out earlier that Adam Schefter, I believe, was the first guy to put it out, that said the Titans want to have another private workout with Cam Ward. They're enamored. They're in love. They want to make sure that he's their guy, and it would look like, based on Pro Day yesterday and what has come out today, he's the number one guy.
Well, I had to check on it this morning because, of course, my former players, the all-time greats, they want to message me. Yeah. Just like last year. Last year, they were telling me, hey, man, we got us one. They were talking about Cam Ward. And I was like, wait, let's wait till the season. Had a dynamic season. So they're messaging me again, hey, Big Search, dog, he's number one overall, bro. And I can understand the bias. I absolutely understand the bias. But then I woke up this morning, man, he was on fire. He really was. I mean, it's the same things that we saw in the game, we saw him in his Pro Day.
Yeah.
His arm strength, his mobility, coming out of the pocket, throwing on the run, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. The crossing routes, the deep routes. He threw an 80-yard bomb to Restrepo that was just beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Did
Restrepo catch up to it based on his 40 time?
Oh, well, you see, that's a shot fire. Yeah. That's a shot fire. It's serviceable. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You can't
pretty good shot, Lee.
Yeah, it's a real good shot.
I remember him catching like 7 or 10 balls against Florida.
I knew that was
that go-to now, man.
That came out from a Florida guy. Yeah. Like it was like butter on that.
You could put a stopwatch on that.
Well, he did himself a disservice because when I was watching the film, he ran a 4.83 and then he ran a 4.85. Ooh. So, I mean, he did not do anything. But they showed the video. I guess Drew Rosenhaus is his agent. Mm-hmm. And I saw on the video that Drew was trying to console him and say it's going to be all right because he has his family around him.
Yeah.
Not really.
No, it ain't going to be all right.
No, it's not going to be all right. Drew was coming up with all kind of vernacular to try to say, hey, man, it's going to be all right. But I'm saying, no, and he ran a 4.83. And in correspondence to that, all right, he ran a 4.83. Tristan Wirth.
Yeah.
At his Pro Day.
The big right tackle.
Ran a 4.85.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
So that's not good, bro.
And as far as his college career, watching Xavier Restrepo was he was one of the great watches Saturday to Saturday in college football the last couple of years at a minimum. Because just the way he plays the game, he gets open. I'm not going to put him in the Ladd McConkey camp because he's slower than Ladd.
He is slower.
But that type of guy, there's always just seems to come up with a play.
Well, Drew had to do him a disservice because, I mean, everybody was raving about him at the East-West Shrine game, how he was catching all the balls and getting open, all that kind of stuff. So right after that game, you got to hire him a coach, a speed coach. I mean,
or say that he's not going to run.
Yeah. But at some point you had to.
At some point you had to because he didn't run at the combine. I don't think so.
I don't believe.
I don't believe he ran the combine. So at his Pro Day, he had to show that his. Well, I was going to say speed or lack thereof.
All right, so you got Restrepo out there. You guys are welcome to jump in, have a little fun with us, talk some draft today, and then we're going to start looking at a handful of other things that are going on in the National Football League, and then obviously work our way back to the Sweet 16. But Easy to hit us on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 641-1010. Based on a handful of mocks that you've seen here of late, how pumped, how excited are you about the possibility of landing one of these big names? And we'll give you a handful of possibilities that are at least put out that are out there floating around right now. And you can jump in the YouTube studio, which is real easy to get in the chat there as well. So we appreciate anything you guys throw our way. Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota Tuesday. They bring you today's show, and they definitely want you on their lot Monday through Saturday with great deals working. Beaver Chevrolet on Phillips Highway, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine right there on US 1. Make sure you check out both of them and online. So let's just start by going in reverse with Pete Prisco's draft from yesterday, and then we will get to Tannenbaum's today. But do you like the idea when you see the way it fell for Pete? I'm sure every Jaguar fan out there would love the idea of Travis Hunter falling in the lap of Duval if he were to fall. And that's basically what Prisco's got. He has 2 quarterbacks going in the first 3. He's got Abdul Carter coming off the board. He's got one of the linemen coming off the board, and he's got Travis Hunter dropping to Duval.
Well, I mean, he's probably the only player that you can't pass on. Mm-hmm. I mean, as much as we're talking big, and I'm still a proponent of big for the first 3 rounds. I mean, first 3 picks. I mean, Trevor, he's special. I mean, he's a dynamic player. I mean, he's not gonna be able to play both ways in this league. But you just got to find out. I would, like we were talking about this. I would play him at corner, and then I will give him his own little setup at wide receiver where he's running no crossers. All right, he's running nothing but 9 routes. All right, nothing but 9s and posts. Yes. I'm not putting him in. I'm not going to put him in harm's way. Absolutely not. But he's the only guy on the board, I think, that if it came down to it, I mean, Jacksonville couldn't pass on him. He's special. He's a unicorn.
Yeah, my feeling, and I said this in the podcast, that really my feeling is there are 2 players after looking at this group. Mm-hmm. I would say that Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter, if they're there at number 5, you can't pass them up. Because I think Carter has the ability to be a perennial all-pro as well. Mm. And he's got, all of the measurables, all the speed. He's got a bunch of tackles for loss. He's got a bunch of sacks. Last year.
Is he Michael Parsons?
Well, yeah, because I think he's a dual guy. I think he could play off the ball.
Okay.
That's the big question.
To me, I think that combination is what puts him there like Travis Hunter that can play both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. He can play 2 positions, in my opinion. And really, to be honest with you, I don't think you could pass either one of them up if they're at 5.
So, I want big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, if you don't protect your quarterback, I don't care what you do on the other side of the ball. It doesn't matter. You're not going to score points. If you don't score points, you don't win games. If you don't put your quarterback in a situation where he's confident in the line in front of him, where he's confident in the guys on the outside, you are not going to win games. So I start from that baseline, okay? Mm-hmm. I just want to make that very clear. But I think we also need to think about this as well, as if it gets to the point where Travis Hunter hasn't been taken at 4, or Abdul Carter hasn't been taken at 4, either one of those 2, somebody's going to try and jump into that spot.
That's what Coach and I were talking about earlier on the podcast, is that
somebody's going to jump ahead of him.
Yeah, you should not dismiss the idea. Like, the first thing you think of is who wants to jump through a hoop or jump over another team is to get to a quarterback. That's the first one.
Yeah.
And you got Cam at the top. Someone may move into that top spot, but right now, at least the reporting is that they dig that. And we already have one of our texters saying, I don't like the idea of Cam Ward going to the Titans. Yeah, inside the AFC South, he could be trouble. But is anyone else willing to jump up to make sure they get Shedeur? Not sure. Cleveland and New York could just kind of fight over that. Well, then it does leave one of the, what you might say is an unmistakable star. The unicorn name has already been attached to Travis Hunter.
Think about if the Texans give, who's it for?
New England.
If the Texans give the Patriots 2 number 1s to move to 4, and they take Travis Hunter, and they've got Stingley and Hunter at corner.
Yeah, it'd be nuts. It really would.
That'd be lights out, man. That's what that would be.
Now they'd have to give up quite a bit, but if you're talking about
but there are GMs who are willing to be proactive like that and realize, all right, we are a player away. We are a player or two away. Mm-hmm. If we get this cat, this could be game-changing for us.
Yeah.
Well, also the Jackson Dart could be in play as well. I mean, because he's skyrocketing. I don't know if someone would probably take him at, in the top 5, but you never know. The closer we get to draft, the more his stock rises up. Then it might be where the Titans, the Browns, and the Giants take a quarterback. Yeah. Now you got all kind of guys tumbling maybe in our lap.
I always talk about the quarterback love. It'll make you crazy.
Oh, yes, it will.
But I can't imagine Jackson Dart moving that high, but you never know. So here we are. You got Travis Hunter in the Prisco mock. You go to another CBS Sports guy, Trapasso. He's got Will Campbell in that 5th spot, and I don't think too many people will be going crazy for that one. And then you get to Mike Tannenbaum, ESPN this morning. He drops his GM's version of a mock draft, and he comes up Cam Ward 1, Travis Hunter 2, quickly off the board to the Cleveland Browns. Shador then to the Giants. Mimbow, the star of the combine, if you're over 300 pounds and run sub 5, you become a star of the combine. They got him going. Exactly. They got him going 4th to New England, as they have to have an offensive line. At least most people think that. And then Abdul Carter falls in the Jags' lap.
I would be okay with that. Yeah. Absolutely. I would be okay with that.
Okay, so let me present this question to you. This might be a here come the judge later, but are you prepared to take Abdul Carter? And Coach has already said he can play off the ball, but I'm at least going to phrase this question. Are you prepared to have your 5th overall pick in this year's draft be for a backup?
Backup to who?
Josh Hines, Allen, Trayvon Walker.
First off, I feel like Kevin Costner and you're Sean Connery right now.
Yeah.
What are you prepared
in the draft?
What are you prepared
There's a movie buff right
exactly.
there.
Yeah, it's a great question. Coach thinks he can play off ball. Yeah. I think he's an edge. I think he's 100% an edge. And then Leon, what do you do? Well, I mean, you're not sitting a guy that's had back-to-back 10.5 sack seasons, right?
No, he's got to be a rotational guy. He has to be. Yeah. I'm not sure if he's going to be a starter, but I mean, he's going to be a guy you can leverage against Trayvon Walker moving forward with his contract if you put him at the edge and move Trayvon inside. He may not be happy, but so what?
He will not be happy.
Especially
for a trade.
If he got an issue.
Right. Especially now that he's walking into that negotiating period.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. He got 2 years left on this deal?
Yeah.
Yeah. This might be.
Not only that, if I'm Trayvon, I'm saying I'm more consistent than the guy you just paid $170 million to.
Well, they have to pick up now. So you say consistency. I'm going to bring up another one. Matter of fact, let's bring this up coming up here in just a second. As far as Josh Hines Allen is concerned, you guys jump in 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Let us know what you are thinking about the draft as we are now closing in. Okay, we're just over a month away, ladies and gentlemen, from them selecting 5th overall. Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota Tuesday. Thanks to them. Definitely check them out. BeaverChevrolet.com, Beaver Toyota StAugustine.com, and see the great selection. SUVs, pickup trucks, sedans, economy, luxury, whatever you want, you can definitely get it from them. All right, so we're staying on the draft here for at least the first couple of segments. So you guys jump in, let us know.
Making the ride home a little more enjoyable.
You keep the crew happy and you can't go wrong, eh, Frank?
Well, that's the idea, right?
The Frangie Show.
Oh, that's good. That's good fun.
Afternoons on 1010XL.
Your hole-in-one for men's health is Ackerman Urology. With offices in Mandarin, Middleburg, World Golf Village, and the beaches, Ackerman will get you on par for any prostate conditions and sexual vitality. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Mia here. It's that time again. The Ready, Set, Go sales event is back and going on now at Arlington Toyota. Just announced 0% on select new Toyota models has been extended. 0%. You can even get financing as low as 1.99% on select new trucks. Arlington has over 80 Tacomas and over 75 Tundras available. Shop the Ready, Set, Go sales event at Arlington Toyota now through March 31st. In person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295 or at arlingtontoyota.com.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Duck Duck Air Conditioning is here to save the day with a free AC system inspection. Call now, 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, duckduckac.com. Any required repairs are not included in the inspection.
Looking for a great place to enjoy some craft creations and soak up some scenery? Fernandina's Mocama Beer Company is a must-see and must-try. Nassau County knows it. Visitors need to find out about it. Mocama means near the big water where the sun is born. And if you visit their tap room in Fernandina Beach, you'll see how they've mastered equal parts precision and art in creating great flavors from IPAs to Pilsners, lagers, and sours, plus plenty more. Mocama.com, Mocama Beer Company. Start an adventure and find them in Fernandina.
Big shots that change your bracket.
For the win. And he hit it!
Listen all month for top March moments on 1010XL. Driven by Garber Auto Mall. Weekend Wiggle It.
St. Johns County parents, does your kid have energy to burn? Want them to play a sport for their middle school? Sign up today for the St. John's Middle School Athletic Association. Spring pickleball, tackle football, dance, and cheerleading. Who doesn't want their kid to be the next NFL quarterback or dance floor diva? Hurry, time is running out. March is almost over. You know how fast your kid can go from playing Xbox to practicing their touchdown dance or sideline cheer? Sign up at sjmsaa.org. sjmsaa.org.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the country that offers multi-unit hair grafting, FUE NeoGraft hair transplants, and the 45-minute effective PRP treatments.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
Thank you, IHRS.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Schedule a free evaluation and find out how to grow your hair back and keep the hair you have. Call 904-777-IHRS. Take the first step to restoring your hair today. Visit hairforme.com.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years.
Call now for a free in-person or virtual evaluation. 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or visit hair4me.com.
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Summer in Jacksonville. Sun's out, flip-flops on, and whoa! Well, there goes Uncle Bob into the pool again. Protect your pool deck with Don't Slip Deck Coatings of Jacksonville. Their multi-layered slip-resistant coatings keep you on your feet, not on your backside. Durable, stylish, and way cheaper than an ER visit. Don't Slip Deck Coatings even has indoor options so your kitchen floor isn't a skating rink. Call 904-466-1839 for a free quote and follow Don't Slip Jacks on Facebook and Instagram.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080.
Tired of supermarket produce that's traveled thousands of miles before you get it? Treat your family to farm fresh, Florida-grown fruits and veggies delivered right to your home with Doorbell Farms. No supply chain issues or questionable origins, just seasonal produce handpicked from local farmers. Subscribe monthly and enjoy the best local farm produce delivered right to you. Sign up now at doorbellfarms.com. Connecting real people to real family farms. Doorbellfarms.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Talking Jaguars draft, countdown is on just outside of a month before they are selecting 5th overall. and all of Jacksonville, all of Duval, as I like to always say, is pumped for the Gladstone era to begin. Double-digit picks in this year's draft. Will they ultimately take 10 when it's all said and done? It is XL Primetime on a Beaver Chevy Beaver Toyota Tuesday. Big Search, the Hurricane Hall of Famer. Matty Hayes, you can check out his stuff at USA Today Sports, and our head coach, Dave Campo, hanging out with us. JJ buying lunch today. We're all in a good mood, so you guys can jump in. We've been talking about the draft. I want to get to a few of you texters that definitely have jumped in. And then also, I put Tannenbaum's top 10 on X at 1010XL Joe C, and you can definitely check it out. And one guy joked, and you can't help but laugh. That's why he's no longer a GM. But his job is just like everybody else's, is to give you something to think about, project the way you think it's going to go. And so he put it out there, and he does have at least what looks appealing if Abdul Carter were to fall to the Jaguars.
You know what I would say to that guy on Twitter?
Yeah.
You've never been a GM.
yeah. So at least he had that title at one point. Travis from Big Cat did reply, which I appreciate this, and you guys can definitely take a look at all the draft prospects and how deep certain positions are. But T. Holmes says with Graham slipping to 10, that gives him some confidence that some solid interior defensive line will be pushed down draft boards later, with Derek Harmon, Walter Nolan, Kenneth Grant being solid round 2 prospects. And I agree, because Kenneth Grant is a guy that you've locked in on, Leon. I certainly have. Coach, I'm looking at your notes just to see. Matt, you know what that guy – we're talking about two huge human beings interiorly that fed off of each other up there in Michigan. What do you got, Coach?
Harmon and Grant.
Yeah,
I've
you
got
like
them
both?
at the back end, 36, 35, 34, somewhere in that neighborhood. And he could end up, right in our lap if we don't take the D lineman.
In one of our posts on X, that one position versus the 3 technique position is right now more important, maybe less the priority's not been made to make sure they have that guy. They do have Devon Hamilton, but they don't have a dominant one. They don't. And they've got Eric Armstead, an aging player that didn't play a hell of a lot at the 3 technique, that could be gone after 1 year. He probably is likely gone after 1 year. And Mason Smith, you don't know. He's a dice roll right now.
Well, Coach could tell you this. I mean, you want your big body at 1. Because, he's going to be the type of guy that's going to take on double teams.
Yeah.
He's going to hit the guard and the center are going to usually most of the time work on it. Now, if you can get you a pass rushing one, I mean, that's like an oxymoron, because most of them are known as run stuffers. But if you get you a guy that can push the pile and get guards and centers and quarterbacks laps, that's what you want. And if you add on the fact that he can rush the passer a little bit, that's what you need. You need a big, wide body, one technique, like a Vince Wilfork type of guy.
Which is a Grant. Grant's got a big behind on him. He's toting 330.
Yeah, furniture mover.
Big asses and big thighs. Yeah.
That's it.
That should just be our credo in this show: big asses and big thighs.
Not just on the show. Yeah, but if we think about it,
you had to
that
go
guy
there every time.
I didn't.
Every time.
I didn't. Now off the text line, because we were talking about Abdul Carter possibly falling to Jacksonville. One of our texters, 641-1010. You guys jump in. If the Jaguars get Carter, Hines Allen got to go for a trade. Cost reasons, and would fetch more in a trade than other defensive ends who are still trying to develop. Plus,
I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility, man.
Listen, they already did it with Kirk and
honestly, that's a lot of money for a guy that has not been consistent. Yeah. A lot of money.
Okay, so I was trying to walk you right back down that road, because I wanted to bring this up because you said it right before the break. This is 33rd team off of analytics. You can rip it if you want, but Josh Hines Allen did tweet off of this post from the 33rd team: highest pass rush pressure rates since 2022. So we're now talking 3 years worth of ball. Okay, highest pass rush pressure rates since 2022. The guy that you mentioned earlier when you were comparing Abdul Carter was who?
Michael Parsons.
He's at the top. Okay, next guy, Nick Bosa. Pretty dang good. Third guy, Myles Garrett. Ever heard of him? Yeah. He's just got him a big old contract. And you're talking about roughly 20% pressure rate for Micah at the top, and then it starts to drop from there. Right. Well, anyway, it goes Parsons, Bosa, Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, who's out there looking for a new deal. 5th, Josh Hines-Allen. Okay? And it is 15.9% for Josh Hines-Allen. Interesting, he's tied with Aiden Hutchinson. 5th and 6th. They're tied 5th.
There's a huge difference between those two, though. One guy actually gets home and makes plays, not only sacks, but forces fumbles.
Aiden Hutchinson is very active, but I'm not going to say Josh Hines-Allen isn't, because over the course of time, he's had 3 out of 5 really good years.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, that's how I have to look at it. I would say 3 out of 5.
I don't know.
That's just me. Man. That's just me.
I don't know about 3.
Chris Jones is after him, then Khalil Mack, then Hassan Reddick. And Hassan Reddick is now playing for another team who handed out some money to him.
I think if you believe that Carter can be an elite edge rusher in this league, and he's there, and you want to take him, I think you almost have to unload that salary. You almost have to.
You just barely made that salary, though.
I know that, but I mean,
like the Christian Kirk thing was going into its, what was that? His 22. Going into his 4th year. Going into its 4th year, it was getting really pricey.
Right.
And so that I get. This one, you just barely got into this bad boy with Josh Hines-Allen. I don't mind off the salary.
What if you can get off the salary and a first-round pick for it?
Sure, that part's good if you can do that.
Get you back in the first round.
But
get an offensive lineman.
Let's just make this the 10-10 take and then bounce off of this real quick.
You're starting to like that.
Josie's 10-10 take.
Stumble into it.
Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
Sometimes I need a whole rack of ribs to decide on whether I'm in on that. I only needed one bone to decide I was not in on that, okay? You can enjoy all-you-can-eat special when it comes to ribs at any one of your area Sonny's, along with many other great specials as well, and all those great sides. Make sure you check out Sonny's locally. So I can't get into the idea that this team has enough good players on its roster right now to draft one and send one packing. I need other spots on this football team to be accounted for, to be replaced and improved upon mightily compared to who is your corner opposite Tyson? Who are those interior defensive linemen we're talking about? Replacing a Devon Hamilton. Who is the next guy that's going to play safety position at a high level? All those things have to happen before I'm looking to ship one guy out and bring another guy in.
Yeah, but you can't
That's the 10-10 take. That's just where I'm at.
You can't get all those things with one pick.
No, but you definitely should identify one of them before you identify shipping Josh Hines-Allen off just for an Abdul Carter is appealing. No question about that. But if you can convince me what Coach is trying to convince me that he's playing no matter what, then maybe. But I can't go draft a guy that's going to replace a guy.
Well, listen, I could appreciate the analytics as far as the numbers and stuff go, but it was too often during the season where, he just wasn't around. He wasn't making any plays. He would disappear. I called him Casper for a reason.
Way too often in the last 5 years, not just this past year.
But in saying that, I'm very leery on replacing proven commodities.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
He's a proven commodity. Right. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's had double-digit sacks in this league compared to a kid or a player who just was disruptive in college.
Yeah.
That's my only concern.
And I think that's fair because – and the other part of it is that whoever is that replacement in the secondary, the cornerback position, he's going to hope like hell this pass pressure is improved, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
yeah.
that's going to help him. And then Josh Hines-Allen is also going to be hoping that whoever they replace the interior with is going to help him.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to get rid of anybody. I'd like to have all 3 of them. Give me those 3 pass rushers and let one of them play off the ball and let's roll.
All right. So here's my thing. Yeah, I agree with you, Leon. He's a proven commodity, okay? I don't know how consistently a proven commodity, but a proven commodity. Here's my red flag with this. He gets the $170 million, goes from 17.5 sacks to 8.
Oh, I know. Look, in the first half of the year, he went through the concussion, was able to get back on the field, but I fell into the trap of calling him Joel Schminge instead of Josh Hines-Allen because he was always just so close to getting the quarterback on the ground, but didn't. And so there's no question.
He went from 66 tackles to 45.
He dropped, he dropped 50% of his productivity.
More than that, yeah.
Yeah, more than that from one year to the next. So but the other things have not been answered. that the interior of that defensive front is still not good enough. And we all know this. That impact interiorly will help a defensive end.
No, I get that. But guess what? It wasn't good enough in 2023 either, and he had 17 and a half sacks.
Yeah.
So my question is, what that motivation, why is that 1 year now looks like the outlier?
Yeah. His first year was
solid.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. 10 and a half sacks as a rookie.
Yeah. And then obviously earned the contract, and then this one,
fat cat syndrome.
It might
be.
Syndrome.
I think the 8 sacks is more of the player that he actually is.
I would agree with that.
When you look at his career, he had that 10 and a half to start out. He was hurt the next, so I won't even say it, but it was 2. And then it was 7.5, 7, 8. And the 17 and a half. So, like, every year he's around 7 to 8.
17 and a half was the contract year.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yes.
It's almost one of those, you are what you are.
Right. What is happening more often is the one that's a single digit. So I totally get what you guys are saying. All right, let us know, 641-1010. Jump in on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We definitely have to look at the possibility of a guy like Abdul Carter maybe falling to 5, but we will see who else might be there as well. We'll keep doing it right here on XL Primetime.
Built for Jacksonville, by Jacksonville. 1010XL.
New ball till we die.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Out with the old, in with the organized. Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. Freshen up your home this spring with a custom organization solution. For a limited time, take advantage of our spring special and enjoy exclusive savings on closets, garages, home offices, and more. That's 40% off with an additional 15% off with 12-month special financing through April. Spring on this deal before it's gone. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation with Closets by Design.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. You're a quarter of the way into the annual race to a better you. Now is not the time to give up. All those weight loss goals you set at the beginning of the year are still attainable with Awaken 180 weight loss. Look, we all want to look better. And if you're ready to get serious about being the best you, it's time to get serious about Awaken 180 weight loss. It's time to get serious about losing weight the right way and getting into the best shape of your life safely. No guesswork, no trial and error, no medication side effects. I'm proof. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180. Hacker lost more than 100. Baloo's on his way, and you can lose what you want to lose. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely. It's a clear path to success without disappointment. Reach your goals with Awaken 180 weight loss and become a new you. There's still time to make 2025 your year of change. Choose the simple, clear path to success with the solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss at awaken180weightloss.com.
Okay, for this Cannons of Jacksonville commercial, we need an idea to really come out with a bang.
Like having a guy shot out of a cannon.
Nah, too messy. In fact, Cannons is known for all your towing needs.
So like my car won't start.
No. Towing products. Cannons does custom welding fabrication and installation of trailer hitches, goosenecks, tow bars, truck racks.
So you might say Cannons is my best shot at finding that inventory in stock?
Boom. You said it.
Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
It's March Madness, and your office needs a champion. Advanced Business Solutions teams up with Xerox to bring you copiers that never miss a shot. Fast, reliable, and ready to handle the pressure. Make the winning play for your business. Hire the champions at Advanced Business Solutions, where your business goes for the win. Locally and veteran-owned.
Print documents and IT management. Advanced Business Solutions.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Reclaim a pain-free life with Rebound Rehab. If you've been injured or simply feeling the effects of an active life, you can rely on Rebound Rehabilitation to get you back in the game. Sitting on the sidelines isn't any fun. Trust Rebound Rehab's team of trained physical therapists to get you back up to speed and feeling full again. Now more convenient than ever. 11 locations to serve you, including new offices in Riverside across from St. Vincent's, Point Meadows, and Middleburg. Just log on to reboundrehab.com to see all they've got to offer.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 25th, 1967, at the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, UCLA beats Dayton. Bruins center and now NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is awarded the tournament's most outstanding player.
The First Tee Tour card is back for 2025 and better than ever, with access to over 15 of North Florida's best courses and new this year, local participating businesses. This card is your ticket to saving hundreds. First Tee North Florida is a local nonprofit who build character in youth participants through the game of golf. This annual fundraiser enables this amazing organization the ability to build game changers. Grab your tour card for just $99 at tourcard.org for a list of participating partners, benefits, and restrictions.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
With so many competitive pest services in town, you might wonder why Kingfish Pest Control's business is booming while similar companies seem to be struggling. It all comes down to service, affordability, and effectiveness. Kingfish Pest Control is a local family-owned company who delivers on their promises to effectively control pests like ants, spiders, roaches, termites, mosquitoes, and more. Your home is their priority, so call today and discover why your neighbors and your buddy Hayes Carlion trust Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jaguars.
Navy Mutual would like to salute all Medal of Honor recipients that have been given our nation's highest award. In 1990, Congress designated March 25th as National Medal of Honor Day, and it was signed into law by President George H.W. Bush.
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Talking Jaguars draft as we're just outside of a month away from them selecting 5th overall. It is a Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota Tuesday right here on XL Primetime. Definitely check them out every single day except for Sunday. Linda likes to give everybody that works so hard Sunday off, but they are there to wow you every other day of the week. You need help buying a brand new ride? You can reach out to me, and I'll make sure I get you hooked up with the right people. Do it all the time, so definitely let me know. All right, so we're talking about what the possibilities are with this number 5 pick, and we always have to stress this. The NFL draft is more than one round. Is that true?
Yeah.
That is true, right? And so it doesn't all have to happen with one pick, but you'd like for the most important piece to fall in the right spot when it comes to that 5th pick overall.
But if it's the Oscars, it is Best Picture.
It is. It's true. That is the award. But this one, you got to make sure if you can hit that interior defensive lineman, if you can hit that edge rusher, if you can hit that cornerback / unicorn / wide receiver, whatever it is, you got to make sure you get your guy. So this one question came off the text line referring to the possibility of having a Hines Allen, a Trayvon, an Abdul Carter if he were to come in, or however they play it. Maybe the next coming of Strahan, Tuck, and Ossie. That was one of the most dominant lines. And he is going back to the Giants days when they did nothing but Tom Brady still probably has nightmares over that group. But if you ever could construct something like that, Coach.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, you look back, even with us with the Cowboys, we had 8 guys that could play.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there were, a couple that stood out. Haley, guys like that.
Tony Tolbert.
Tony Tolbert.
Got a sack with me in Super Bowl. Coach.
Yeah.
You surrendered one.
Yeah, well, Tony, yeah. My point, I guess, is that you can't have enough of them, just like you can't really have enough offensive linemen. It goes back to the bigs, you win with the bigs. And to me, if we took Abdul Carter on 3rd down, Trayvon Walker would be inside. That's the way it goes. And I guarantee you, there aren't a lot of guards that can handle Trayvon Walker. I'll tell you that.
Now, Coach, let me ask you this question because you know it's a copycat league, right? So what we saw in the Super Bowl, we saw the Eagles front four dismantle the Chiefs offensive line. So now you probably got teams now looking for those four guys, those four get fits that you can put in on those type of situations where you can disrupt the quarterback.
And that's why you're looking at a guy like Mason Graham, because Mason Graham is one of those guys that's a disruptor inside. And to me, that kind of guy, I would not be upset at all if he was there at number 5 and we pick him at number 5.
Right.
Because I think that he's already up to 306, which puts him into the class of being big enough. But his effort, that's why I think he's in the picture, because they talk all the time about effort and intangibles. His effort, his ability to accelerate and get off blocks and go get the football, that overcomes his lack of real long arms, big wingspan. So, again, that's if we can get a front 40 like that, I'll be happy about that.
I like the fact that he's a former wrestler, Coach.
Yeah, exactly.
So he understands
that's why
leverage.
his hands are so good, getting off.
And, Coach, you mentioned on the podcast, he's put some weight back on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's up to 3.6.
Post-combine, I'm actually a little shocked by that because I know there are trainers everywhere and they can maybe, did they lean him down just for the measurable? Because that's a little bit of a surprise.
Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe down. That's true. Maybe.
The long jump and the vertical, all of that. I'm sure that's why he leaned down. Yeah.
Put some protein powder right back in his cereal. And jacked him back up to what you're thinking 305.
Yeah, it was 306.
306
is what they got him at the other day. So, he could be 310, 3 in that range. And that's big enough. In my opinion.
Yeah, it's just got to be so feisty.
Yeah, I mean, because I came in the league, I was 292, and my playing weight was 305. But it was good weight, good strong. They put on muscle weight. You know? Yeah, you're going to continue to grow and flourish as far as physically in the league because there's going to be more opportunities for you because you ain't got to go to class and stuff like that. Now you get more opportunities in the weight room. Now.
Right.
Yeah, to put on the weight. You're going to have a nutrition and all that kind of stuff.
And I'm telling you what.
Suggesting they actually went to class at Michigan. That's good. I like that.
It is.
Yeah. What Leon just said a minute ago about, leverage is a wrestler understands leverage and instincts of how to quick movement and how to do those kind of things, and he has it.
And he has it. The classic low man wins.
Yeah. He can manipulate your body. It's what. Listen, when I was with the Steelers, Colton Hasterick, who played next to me, was a world-renowned wrestler, and the things I see him flip people with getting his hands inside, they're flipping their bodies and manipulating their bodies. I didn't mess with him.
Yeah,
I didn't. I didn't mess with him.
All right, a couple off the text line, and this is back to the Josh Hines-Allen debate. JHA almost never gets to actually rush the passer when the other team actually has to pass the ball. And keep in mind, there were many situations where this team was not able to get after the passer because the lead was in hand. They were running the ball, whatever the case is. And then the other explanation given, they were competitive in 23, but losing him behind in 24. He did look a little too heavy last year. And heck, he looked a little heavy. Cisco looked a little heavy. There were a handful of guys. Devin Lloyd put on some muscle weight, 15 pounds, but none of these guys were running fast last year.
No, you got to be able to. I mean, listen, you're in Florida. You got to be able to use the heat as your ally. I mean, I think being in shape being in weight room shape and being in football shape is two different shapes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can put on all the muscle mass you want to, but if you ain't in football shape, it don't matter. And so, I mean, you putting on weight room weight is, but can you carry it in this heat when it matters the most?
Yeah.
That's the part you got to ask yourself.
Make plays in the fourth quarter.
That's conditioning. That's conditioning. That I told you, I can tell you everything I need to know about this team is that when they wilt in the fourth quarter, that's conditioning and that's mental.
Yeah.
It is. It's mental.
I'm going to guess this texter is a proud member of the military, either now or in the past, but he said 2 Giants that he likes, OC and Tuck, came and visited them in Iraq when they were over there. So
thanks for your service.
Yeah, I doubt it's just a regular Iraqi texting in.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I think you are on to something. He's not a resident of Iraq. He was over there on deployment. That's for sure. Joe C. Trade Walker for Jordan Davis and draft Abdul. It'd be nice if you could go out and get someone, but I don't think the Eagles are going to give up a guy like that. Yeah. And there's no question this team needs that one technique more than maybe they need the three. And that's where it is kind of fascinating. Even though you still maintain, Coach, Mason Graham would be a very sturdy pick for them.
He'd be all right.
That's for sure. All right, speaking of picks, let's see if you guys can pick this correctly. JJ, the ukulele, please.
Perfecto!
Oh, yeah. From the Atlantic to the Pacifico. Let's see if we can get a little perfecto out of our guys here. Pacifico, Mexican lagers, delicious. Found in Baja, imported by surfers for those who live life. Anchors up. Make sure you get a Pacifico and just kick back. All right. I need, after this question was asked last week, that Michigan State under Tom Izzo had made it to the tournament an impressive, 27 times? Is that right? Mark Few with Gonzaga had made it 26 times. Yeah. Every single year, Mark Few has been the coach of Gonzaga. It's still staggering to think about that in his 26 seasons as the dude, he's made it to the tournament every year. That is uber impressive. Okay, so after Michigan State and Gonzaga, right now, the current streak, okay? The teams, I need the next three, if you guys can get this. The next three in terms of the longest active NCAA tournament streaks.
Kansas.
All right, I'm just gonna. I wanted him to just blurt that out real quick.
Kansas, definitely.
I just have to make this very clear to Coach right now. I wanted him to say it so he can get mad at me. This does not include Kansas, okay? Because they have an on-court streak of 35.
Oh, right. But because of the NCAA.
Yeah, because
count that stuff.
The 2018 appearance was later vacated. So I'm just giving it to you. That's just the way it reads, okay? Yep. So the next three after Michigan State.
Wait, so they vacated
Gonzaga.
2018.
So that ruined the streak.
But they were on the stage, Mark Emmert handing the trophy to Bill Self after he had 5 level 1 violations.
Listen, NCAA, if nothing else, they're pure and proper. Come on.
Got it.
All right, so give it to me.
Understand that. That's all.
Yeah. Who else do we have?
Duke.
I'm looking around. I need some good suggestions.
How could it not be Duke?
Kentucky.
The next three after Michigan State and Gonzaga.
Arizona.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I think that's right. I think they recently stopped.
Kansas, by the way, has restarted their streak. They've got 6 straight.
Yeah.
So they're not that far down. I'll give it to you this way.
St. Mary.
I'll give it to you this way. Michigan State has 27. Gonzaga has 26. The next one, there's only one more with double-digit consecutive appearances.
Did Duke not go with Shire's first year?
Duke is not on this list.
North Carolina?
Nope.
No, they didn't either. Wow.
Syracuse.
Nope. They haven't been around in a while.
Creighton.
Nope.
Arkansas?
Nope. These are all,
Wisconsin.
Nope. They're blue bloods in
UCLA.
And one of these is just recently. And when I say blue bloods, I just mean power.
I don't even think UCLA was in this year's.
Yeah, they are. They lost to Tennessee. All right, I'll give it to you. The only other team with double-digit active.
Baylor.
Who?
Baylor.
No. Baylor has 6. They're tied with Kansas.
All right.
Purdue has 10 straight.
Nice. Okay.
So they are next on the list. And then after that, 2 teams are tied 7 apiece. One of them is Rocky Top, and the other one's the Cougs.
I was going to say
Houston.
Cougs.
So there you go. There you go.
Wow, Tennessee.
Isn't that something?
Basketball school.
Yeah, and even though Rick Barnes has been there that whole amount of time, he hadn't done a whole hell of a lot. We'll see if he made it to the 16 this time.
It's like you're not getting off that, are you?
He made it to the 16 this time, but listen, I'm giving him credit. He's got the 4th longest active streak right now in college basketball, making it to the NCAA tournament. But, Coach, unfortunately, you were so mad the other night when Kansas went out, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were so fired up.
Listen, I could have told you that halfway through the season.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, he did. It wasn't going to go well.
They weren't going anywhere. They blew the what do you call it? The portal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It wasn't going to end well for them. All right, listen, your time is in it here, but we always enjoy you hanging out with us. Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome, and I just want to say one thing before I get out of here. I was suffering with you in that Connecticut Florida game.
Oh yeah,
that could have gone either direction.
Yeah, and UConn kind of blew it. Yeah. But Walt made the shots when he needed to make the shots.
Absolutely. It was
and
a
that's
great
what
game.
made him first-team All-America. All right, this guy's an All-America for us, Coach Campo. We will talk to you on Friday. We'll keep it going into the 3 o'clock hour. We definitely will deliver a little more college hoop talk to you, but definitely talking about the draft and some spring football coming up in the 3 o'clock hour.
There's an energy and drama to play-by-play sports.
This crowd, a big factor.
You never know what's going to happen.
Wow!
Feel the energy on 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione Law.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Top Dog Tavern is your gathering place for family and friends, offering something for everyone. Want a delicious meal served with a smile? We have you covered. Shareable appetizers, hot and crispy wings, juicy tavern burgers, fresh salads, plus a large craft beer selection. And there is nowhere better to watch all the big games than on our multiple TVs. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and good times at Top Dog Tavern, located in Bartram Park off Old St. Augustine Road.
The Combine, free agency, the draft.
We're professionals. We have a job to do, a season to plan.
Follow the road to the regular season with AA Automotive on Richard Street. Family run since 1954 and 1010XL.
We've all been waiting for it, and now March is finally here. Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet. The only way to make the most of March is to feed the frenzy. Check out all the lines, the tournament's opening rounds, and don't miss out. Who's getting upset? Who's going all the way? Play right along with them at Hard Rock Bet or download the app. Super easy to play and win on the Hard Rock Bet app. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Golfers, grab your clubs. It's time to hit the greens for a great cause. Join UF Health Jacksonville for their inaugural golf classic on Friday, April 25th at the beautiful Amelia River Club with a shotgun start at 9 a.m. Enjoy a premier golf experience while supporting UF Health Jacksonville. Bring your friends, build your foursome, and get ready for a day of fun, competition, and giving back. Don't wait. Sign up today at ufhealthjacks.org/golf. See you on the course.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But, Coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
Hey folks, Hicken here for Zero Res. You're going to want to beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Hey, and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Don't forget about your air ducts. Your air ducts sort of like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them Dan or 1010XL sent you. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
I'm Max Fink here with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Tonight, in just a couple of hours, Florida and Florida State baseball will square off right here at ViStar Ballpark at 6 p.m. For fans headed down to the ballpark for tonight's game with number 4 Florida State versus Florida, here's some useful information. Prepaid parking is on sale for $10 per space and available through Tax Slayer Gator Bowl offices. To purchase, call 904-798-5999. Game day parking is available in Lot J and Lot P. Both lots are cashless and accept credit card payments only. Gates will open with staggered timing, allowing fans to partake in batting practices. Home plate gate will open here at 3:30 p.m. and all remaining ballpark gates will open at 4:30 p.m. with first pitch scheduled for 6 o'clock p.m. It is currently 76 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
3 o'clock hours here. It's XL Primetime. Having a good day on a Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota Tuesday. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Search, JJ. We definitely been talking a lot of draft with you. We will get back to your Jaguars draft board and all the other ones. It is like it's
30
the
days
best,
away.
It's the best non-sporting event ever.
I mean, it's 30 days away now.
Yeah, it's like MJ. It's
the best non-sporting event ever.
Well, in the world of
the best
sports.
Non-sporting sport event ever. Yeah,
in the world of sports. And it lasts longer than most of the others, too. So it's just so good.
Do you guys like the format? I mean, I guess we've had it for like 5 years plus now. The whole like just one night, round one.
Yeah, I was
Thursday.
I was the old crank that didn't like it, and now I love it.
Yeah, I used to love getting up at noon, or not getting up, but at noon on Saturday and just watching the entire rest of the next 2 days.
It was the best, but this it sets up beautifully.
These next 30 days are pivotal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For the guys who are going to get drafted.
Yeah.
Stay out of trouble.
Yeah. Very simple.
Because you got to remember now, everything up to now kept you occupied.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Games, playoffs, combine, pro day, all that kind of stuff. Now you got a lot of free time.
And
you got a lot of money. You got a lot of free time and got a lot of money. You can get out of shape by then. You can party too much. You can hang out too much. You get caught up in some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And don't burn no money is what I'm saying. Don't do anything to burn any money.
Be smart.
Yes, be smart.
All right, so we're going to get back to the draft, but I'm going to stay on the college basketball world because basically what you're looking at, you got the Sweet 16, and we did this yesterday, but like video killed the radio star, NIL killed the Cinderella. And it's basically how it's happened. But in the end, I think we may see a great first weekend because there's always just craziness period, with the flurry of games. And then we're going to see what you hope are 16 really good basketball teams that are going to slug it out and go from the second weekend into the Final Four weekend. That part I like. So Power 4 programs, only ones that moved into the second round of the NCAA tournament. You know that there are conferences that were eliminated, but you still have one from the ACC. You still have the SEC setting a brand new record with the most seven making up the Sweet 16. Listen to some of these numbers for coaches that got their teams to the Sweet 16. Kelvin Sampson made an extra $100,000 for getting Houston to the Sweet 16. Kevin Willard and Michigan State's Tom Izzo. So Willard of Maryland, Izzo, the Sparty that he is, they each got $75,000 extra. I'm thinking to myself, isn't Izzo expected to get his team to the Sweet 16, as accomplished as he is? But he gets an extra $75,000. $50,000, the bonus for Tommy Lloyd of Arizona, Chris Beard of Ole Miss, Mark Pope of Kentucky. Bruce Pearl only gets $50,000 for getting his team to the Sweet 16. And Grant McCaslin of Texas Tech. Todd Golden only got $37,500 for getting his team to Sweet 16. And that was his first 2 tournament wins as the head coach at the University of Florida. Matt Painter only gets $30,000. Alabama's Nate Oates and Dusty May of Michigan only get $25,000. You know who gets the most for making it to the Sweet 16?
Calipari?
Nope.
Pitino?
Nope. Pitino's not in the Sweet 16. But the most.
I mean, who gets it the most? Like that's made it this year. Is what you're saying?
Who gets the biggest bonus this year?
Shire?
No, it's Rick Barnes. It's my guy.
God.
$200,000 for getting his team to the Sweet 16. And honestly, isn't that what he's hired to do? So listen to these numbers, and this is why I'm only doing this because my son-in-law has been on Rick Barnes' case, and they do look pretty good. Got Chaz Lanier playing his fanny off right now. He's playing some really good ball, particularly on the offensive side, and we'll see if he can keep it going. But Barnes, are you ready for this? 11-23 against the tournament spread over the last 2 decades. I love it. This is from my Hard Rock Bet heart right here. He is the least profitable coach to get behind. You cannot bet on this man.
Things are really making sense,
you need nothing
about
else.
Joe
now
hating this guy.
Yeah.
Now we understand.
He never covers the spread.
Right.
He's probably lost Joe thousands at this point.
11-23.
It always goes back to the degen every time.
But he is the least profitable sucker bet of a head coach you have been around. And so it's just crazy when you think about it. But
you're embarrassing right now, seriously.
I don't care. The other part of it is that when you just look at what he's been able to do, if you go back in his career and you can go from the ACC to his days in Texas to now on Rocky Top, a number 5 seed, 1 NCAA tournament win when he was with Kevin Durant. Okay. Think about
probably easier.
Yeah, think about that.
He was like the best college player I've ever seen in my entire life.
He was so good. And there were 3 other NBA-bound players on that team, but it was still Kevin Durant's team. And they got 1 tournament win out of that and a 5 seed. Like, come on, give me a break. That's where we are.
By the way, I got a quick little trivia for you.
All right.
There's 1 team remaining in the Sweet 16 that's 0-2 against the spread so far in the tournament.
0-2 against the spread. It's Florida.
There you go. You nailed that quickly.
Yeah. Hard Rock Bet, because I was talking to one of my dudes Friday night, asking whether or not that 28.5 he wanted to flirt with it or not. And I'm like, and then this, of course, the second one with the total, I believe at Hard Rock was like 145, and it was right on the number. It went over by, I believe it went over by a point, right? So was it 74-70? Yeah, 74-72. Went over by a point. And so Vegas was all over that one. And if I'm looking at some of the numbers right now, just as far as where we are, with these numbers coming into this next round, I think it's a 6.5-point line right now. Is that right, JJ? Yeah. And so you're going to find out whether the Gators can beat the Terps by more than 6.5. You take a look at the numbers over the first few, like I guess, stats that you would look at from the first 4 days of play. After round 2, 13, 14, 15, and 16 seeds went 0 for the tourney. There's no 11-plus seed left for the first time, believe it or not, since 2007. That's been a long time that at least an 11 seed. We have a double digit, but it doesn't sound like Cinderella when you say Calipari in Arkansas.
Right.
But no 11, first time since 2007. Every team, of course, remaining is from a power conference. That's the first time that has ever happened. And I'm shocked by that.
And Florida is right now 7-point favorite.
Okay, 7.
I'm seeing the number at 156.5.
Okay.
And I did get an update from my friend Tim and his quandary. So if you weren't listening yesterday, my friend has a $20 parlay that he won the first 2 legs, and he needs the Gators to win the national championship for $16,000, folks. And I've been trying to get him to hedge like against all these other games that the Gators are playing, and he said he's not. He trusts that they will beat Maryland
in Golden,
and he is not hedging whatsoever on this game. So he's going to take it to the Elite Eight.
Here's our litmus test weekly with him, or at least not weekly, but game by game.
Mm-hmm.
He's in 100% right now. He's orange and blue through and through. He's not hedging.
He's orange and blue to death. Is that what you're saying?
To death. He wins this. He wins
much
this
like another friend
person
of
at
mine.
this table, right?
Oh my gosh, where is it?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
I love orange and blue to the death.
Yeah, thank you. I love it. So
y'all discuss.
So he's not hedging on this one. So then you check with him if they are.
I'll be in a wedding with him.
Okay.
We're watching the game on Saturday, probably.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
And he's very upset that it's happening at the same time as the wedding. And he said if they beat Maryland, he'll think about taking Arkansas to win it all. And I'm like, that's the dumbest hedge of all time.
Yeah.
Like, Duke could be, like, even if they get there, Duke could beat them, you lose all the money. It's just
Don't
like,
do that.
Don't do it, man.
Can't you set him straight on this?
I'm trying. I'm trying.
All right.
So now,
if they lose to Maryland, he's done. He's out.
But right now, this is the heavyweight part of this. I do love Michigan versus Auburn. That's pretty good. Kentucky and Tennessee. That's an SEC tilt. Maryland and Florida, and then Arizona and Duke. That's some good stuff when you take a look at just the first handful that we're looking at in the Sweet 16. That's awesome.
Duke, Arizona, a lot of history in that one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of. I would say Auburn, Michigan, great game now, but Auburn not much of a basketball blue. That's the thing about all these SEC teams being in the tournament. It looks very weird.
Yeah, they just have come on of late.
But listen, the SEC fans are watching because apparently the ratings were
sky high.
Great, like the best in years.
That's what I told you guys was the reason for the downturn in the college football playoff.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
Because Notre Dame versus Ohio State.
Right, it wasn't an SEC school versus someone.
Yeah,
I know. You and I agree with you, JJ, that you got 2 mega brands there, but it's different.
I just think maybe if Bama or Georgia's in it, but if you put Ole Miss versus Ohio State, it's not going to get a better rating than Notre Dame.
I think if Texas was in it, yeah.
Are you trying to tell me there are more televisions in the Southeastern Conference than there are anywhere else in
I'm
America?
just telling you that I think in general, because the SEC now has moved to that Notre Dame level of you either love them or you absolutely hate them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there are people around that absolutely despise the SEC.
But I'm still like I would not put the
like the guy next to me who's orange and blue to the death.
But I would not put the SEC, like the strength of the SEC hoops, in as like my number one reason why the tournament had more eyeballs this first weekend. At least I may be way off. But I don't
know. I just feel like those are huge schools, and like
there's big schools with big.
When University of Maryland, Baltimore County or whatever's in it, we all like it because it's a a Cinderella, but how many people are they really getting to watch that?
But I guess what I'm comparing it to is it's still the first weekend.
Yeah.
No matter
It's
what.
true.
Like now, let's just see what happens with just all the blue bloods. Because
Arkansas's got a mega following. Mega.
Tennessee
too.
huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
Kentucky,
Florida.
of course.
Florida had a majority of those fans in that game in Raleigh.
Which was nice. And the fact that they create the pods to where they can at least get there for the first round, and then you'll see what it looks like when they kick it out to San Francisco. But still, that part's good. But Michigan, tried and true tradition.
Sure.
Of course.
Duke, of course. Arizona definitely has a
Maryland
lot of fans. Maryland does take up the
huge
the
basketball school.
Yeah. They take up the Mid-Atlantic, and so there's definitely some of those, and then we'll see what the other ones do. The Texas Techs, how many people I have no idea. But Houston's got a growing fan base because of how good. And remember, they were good a long time ago.
In West Texas, man.
Yeah.
Lubbock's an odd place.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Houston's one of the bigger top 4 markets in America.
Of course.
But Lubbock, I don't know how many fans they have, but
One time I ran over tumbleweed in a rental car in Lubbock, and I thought it was like Looney Tunes tumbleweed. No, it's huge, and it totally scratched. It was terrible. I couldn't believe people lived out there.
That is wild. We, one of my dear friends who I lost way too early, rest in peace, Paul. He and his dad and me, we road tripped out there with a fifth wheel. And
it's a long trip.
It is.
Bro.
I'm telling you, you can't get there from here.
No.
And
it's a 5-hour trip from Dallas. If you're driving from Dallas, it's 5 hours.
It took forever. We drove the fifth wheel from the AUG to Lubbock.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was a parks ranger. And wow.
And that wind, you drove a fifth wheel in that wind out there in West Texas?
I almost had the rear axle ripped out when I went over a railroad crossing too fast because I wasn't the most experienced youngster driving the fifth wheel. And I almost, Mr. Teggy wanted to kill me. He just looked at me like, if you were ruined or how I'm going to live and you've ripped the axle out of my 3/4 ton pickup, I'm going to whoop you, son. I'm going to whoop you. All right. Now let's put these two youngsters right here, Matt Hayes and Leon Searcy, against one another.
And we're not going to flip-flop it? Like Leon's not going to be the judge. It's going to be me against you?
No. You guys. All
right.
Here comes the judge. We're going to find out. One of you has to select Abdul Carter. If he is there at 5, you take him. And the other one has to select Travis Hunter. If he is there at 5, you take him. So let's do that coming up and find out which one of you selected which one of those players on XL Primetime.
We're a pack of scary, indestructible alpha dogs. Nobody's giving up around here, and don't you forget it, ever. You're Rex. You're King. You're Duke. You're Boss. I'm 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it," and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Get ready for an unforgettable night of classic rock with legendary vocalist Jeff Tate. Known for his iconic work with Queensryche, Jeff Tate brings his unforgettable sound to the Florida Theater for one night only.
Round-trip journey in your head.
Witness the hit album Operation Mindcrime, performed in its entirety for the final time. Jeff Tate, Operation Mindcrime, April 3rd at Florida Theater. Tickets at floridatheater.com.
Slacker plumbing.
Yeah, hey, listen, I need a plumber over here right now.
Yeah, well, we don't have any openings for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yep.
I was just changing the shower head and the water line broke and it's flying everywhere.
All right, 1 week.
What if I throw you an extra $100 to come now?
What's the address?
It's 205.
Oh, I guess he changed his mind.
If you've got a leak that can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing and fix your plumbing problems fast. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
1010XL celebrates high scorers.
1010XL and Southeast Orthopedic Specialists celebrate scholar athletes.
In class and on the court.
Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Your yard starting to look a little like a jungle? Well, it might be time for a little TLC. Or how about RTC, Russell Tree Care? At Russell Tree Care, they give your trees the perfect haircut. Whether it's trimming or removing, they'll make sure your yard looks its best, all while keeping safety as a top priority. Call Russell Tree Care today and let them take care of your trees. Russell Tree Care, 844-4Mr. Wood. That's 844-467-9663. Or visit RussellTreeCareLLC.com today. Your trees will thank you.
With so many competitive pest services in town, you might wonder why Kingfish Pest Control's business is booming while similar companies seem to be struggling. It all comes down to service, affordability, and effectiveness. Kingfish Pest Control is a local family-owned company who delivers on their promises to effectively control pests like ants, spiders, roaches, termites, mosquitoes, and more. Your home is their priority, so call today and discover why your neighbors and your buddy Hayes Carlion trust Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jaguars.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me. If you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
If golf is your thing, you'll want to check out the 2025 Hills Pass at Hidden Hills Golf Club. Unlimited golf, including golf car, and preferred tee times for just one low price. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to purchase your Hills Pass today.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Here comes the judge.
Order in the court.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
I've got a major problem. Judge Joe, court is in session. We're about to try the case of Abdul Carter versus Travis Hunter. But right now I need George Costanza or somebody to fix my zipper. Because
on the robe,
on the judge's
verify.
Please verify.
Oh my!
You know what's funny is like you look great in that robe and the wig, RJ used to hate wearing the wig.
JJ
revels in it, man. He loves
it, man.
Embraces it.
And I hear this just a bit of a juicy rumor that he might take this home on the weekend, the wig, from time to
If
time.
you're
Is
on
that true?
YouTube, look in the little corner. You'll see JJ with his wig on.
I do, because sometimes I have to make a ruling with my wife.
Yes.
All right, so you can log on to YouTube. Here comes the judge. And I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get this robe off now that I've got a broken zipper. But court is in session.
JJ looks like an 80s rock star with his.
Yeah, he's awesome. All right, thanks to Campione Law, Chris Campione, his entire team of attorneys. If you find yourself in front of the judge, you need proper representation, and it could be for anything, personal injury, anything that you might need help with. Trust the local team of attorneys. Champions for Justice. Just log on, CampioneLaw.com. All right, so here's the case, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys can play along. You can hit the text line, you can get in the YouTube chat, and let us know. But it's pretty simple. We've looked at a couple of mock drafts that says Abdul Carter could land in the hands of Duval and be the 5th selection overall. Another mock says Travis Hunter could be a Jacksonville Jaguar in the near future. I'm going to ask each one of you to pick one and represent them as the best choice for Duval. Leon Searcy, you choose?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm choosing the unicorn known as Travis Hunter.
Oh, not a surprise.
Yes.
Not a surprise. That means Matt Hayes will represent Abdul Carter as his choice, the best in that number 5 slot. So begin your argument, Counselor Searcy.
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Travis Hunter, was once the number 1 recruit in all the country, stolen out of the clutches of a team in Tallahassee.
I don't think you minded that at all, did you?
That didn't mind at all. Taken by Primetime, moved to Jackson State, where he shined. Moved to Colorado. But his last year, Your Honor, the kid was phenomenal. Interceptions, press, man, doesn't matter, zone. He baits guys. He snatches the ball. Then you move him to the other side of the ball at wide receiver. Not as polished, but just scores touchdowns. Goes up, catch radius, off the charts, Your Honor. Playmaker, dynamic, dual in himself. He's the Wonder Twins.
I would like to cue Hacker right now. Everything you're saying right now, it's just got me thinking this. You know, if I'm Hacker.
You're talking dirty to me, and I kind of like it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Point of order, Your Honor. He's now like a minute and a half into his soliloquy.
Everything he's saying.
He hasn't said a damn thing about the NFL, okay?
You'll
We got
have
a hostile
you'll have your turn,
counsel, hostile counsel, Your Honor.
You'll have your turn.
He'll be removed again, Your Honor.
A little respect.
Get the bailiff the next time he shots out while I'm talking. Your Honor, before I was rudely interrupted by one Matt Hayes, the guy is a playmaker. That's all he does is make plays. Definition, if you would look up him in the dictionary, playmaker, all doer, both sides of the ball.
He
will be a treasure in Jacksonville. He will be a treasure here in Jacksonville. People will embrace him.
They already named the state after Trevor, the Sunshine State, and now if they have this prize jewel in the city of Jacksonville, they may need rename it.
Yes, I rest my case, Your Honor.
All right, okay.
All right.
Over to the counselor representing Abdul Carter, and with a little more modicum
since my esteemed colleague spent 95% of his argument talking about college football, not about the NFL.
Because he's not there yet. He's not there yet, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
But that's what we're drafting for. Mr. Searcy.
No, you're drafting on college performance to get into the NFL.
Leon, now you complain about him.
Hey, I'm going to be hostile. He was hostile to me. I'm going to be hostile back.
All right. Order.
Your Honor, I look at this franchise here. And I think I'm not out of order when I say this, pitiful franchise, okay? And I see what's happened over the 3 decades. I see what's happened over the 3 decades of a lack of toughness, a lack of, in the words of my esteemed colleague, dog. We don't need some flash in the pan.
Just know that I'm ultra soft.
Yes, we don't need that, Hack. This franchise
you're making a lot of sense.
This franchise needs a big, bad MF. That's what it needs, okay? It means
the Derek
it needs
Queen of the
a
draft
dude,
is what you're saying.
It needs a dude that can control a game and literally put the fear of God in people, okay? It needs someone who gives this franchise attitude and a statement on either side of the ball. But since it's Abdul Carter, we're going to go with defense. There's the game revolves around a quarterback. The number 2 most important thing in the game, really 1A, is the guy that gets the quarterback.
Very true.
They've got to get the quarterback. Period. Full stop. If that comes with attitude, with an identity, with dog, all the better. I rest my case.
All right, listen. Those are excellent points. Attitude, performance, all important on the defensive side of the ball. But the way I have to look at this and treat this very, very, as what judges are tasked with, you have to treat it with what are the most important factors in ruling on this case. And I'm looking at one as a potential backup. I'm looking at one as a superstar starter.
Who says he's a potential backup?
I just said.
No, I don't think the judge can do that. I don't think you can randomly just say he's going to be a backup.
You can't tell the judge what he can and can't do.
You have no idea if they don't trade one of those 2 defensive ends.
Well, that is true.
Or if he's an off linebacker.
But that hasn't happened yet. Okay? And so he's...
Well, neither has the fact that he's a backup, Your Honor.
He's being drafted as an edge. Okay?
Or maybe he's not. Maybe he's being drafted as an off linebacker.
Look, we already have a 6'3", 250 guy playing off linebacker right now.
Right, but Your Honor, you can't assume, just like I can't assume. So don't bring that into the case.
Yeah.
That cannot be part of your argument or your ruling.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I can't tell you what to bring in and not to bring in your courtroom.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have the Constitution on our side.
Exactly. And between me and the bailiff, we'll haul your big behind out of here.
You guys suck.
really
How about
will.
that?
Okay?
You, the judge, the courtroom, you're all out of order.
Right, listen, I was starting to move in the direction of an Abdul Carr argument, but no more, okay?
Yeah,
I
I
am
don't believe
in
you.
love with the unicorn.
How about that? I don't believe you.
I'm in love with the unicorn. I rule in favor of Leon Searcy. Bring Travis Hunter to Duval. Rename the city and let him play both sides of the ball. There it is.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, in 2 months in the season, you guys are going to be going, man, we really need a dog in this team.
Yeah.
He has spoken.
I am hoping that they have dogs on that side of the ball now that Mr. Campanile is running the defense. All right, listen, the judges ruled Travis Hunter, the most attractive pick at that number 5 pick overall, if both of them are available. Let us know what you think. 641-1010. Want to say thanks again, Chris Campione and Campione Law. Champions for Justice. All you got to do is log on, and you'll see every bit of expertise from a team of local attorneys. So whatever situation you might find yourself in, you can get proper representation with Campione Law. Travis Hunter. I just want to picture it.
Let me just say this real quick.
I got a zipper problem, people.
Let me just say this. The text line from our boy, the 982 on the text line says, I'm with Matt. That's not what's funny, okay? About getting dogs. I want a guy with an occasional disorderly conduct on his record. Not too major, but unhinged just enough. I agree.
If anyone has any solution on how to fix my robe zipper, hit the text line, 641-1010. Because there's about to be a Costanza in his psychologist.
There's you got fabric in it, bro. Don't keep pulling. You're going to make it worse.
No, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. We'll be back. It's XO Prime.
Get Florida Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
Gators baseball is back in Jax. It's the Florida Sunshine Showdown. Florida State, live at the baseball grounds tonight at 6 on 1010 AM.
Jags fans, here's your chance to score a trip to Green Bay for round 1 of draft night. Through the Everbank Draft Night Experience Sweepstakes, one lucky winner and a guest will be there live and in person to see the Jaguars make their first pick. To enter, visit everbank.com/draft by April 4th. That's everbank.com/draft. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 3/3/25 to 4/4/25. For official rules, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/draft. Sponsored and administrator, Everbank N.A.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law. Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town. Setting the standard in our hometown. Quality service, the best around. Coolidge is the cat that cares about your heating and about your air. Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
Paying rent can feel like throwing money away. And when you're spending so much, it can be hard to see yourself buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is helping you put your monthly rent towards home ownership with Rent Rewards. For the first time, save up to $5,000 off the cost of your first home just by paying rent. Only at Rocket Mortgage. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
St. Johns County parents, does your kid have energy to burn? Want them to play a sport for their middle school? Sign up today for the St. John's Middle School Athletic Association. Spring pickleball, tackle football, dance, and cheerleading. Who doesn't want their kid to be the next NFL quarterback or dance floor diva? Hurry, time is running out. March is almost over. You know how fast your kid can go from playing Xbox to practicing their touchdown dance or sideline cheer? Sign up at sjmsaa.org. sjmsaa.org.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 25th, 1967, at the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, UCLA beats Dayton. Bruins center and now NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is awarded the tournament's most outstanding player.
Hacker here, thinking I did something spectacular, dropping 123 pounds. But then Steve pops in and dropped a whopping 150 pounds with Awaken 180 weight loss.
I got started because I was sick and tired of just being sick and tired all the time. Wanted more from life, and I knew that at my size, I wasn't being who I could be, who I want to be for not only myself, but for my wife. And I was like, something has got to change and it's got to start soon. I mean, the program is so easy. Everything is really written down for you on your first day. Having someone there to help you and also keep you accountable, just having that someone to talk to, and even the fact that Awaken 180 offers free maintenance for life is amazing because keeping the weight off is a lifetime commitment.
A lifetime commitment is what you'll receive with Awaken 180. 25 pounds like Dempsey, 40 pounds like Matt Hayes, or maybe it's over 100 pounds like Steve and me. Awaken 180 will get you there online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Are you thinking about a pool for your home? Blue Haven Pools is Jacksonville's largest pool builder. They've built pools for over 20,000 satisfied families since 2000. It's never been easier to design the perfect pool for your home, family, and budget. Call Blue Haven Pools today at 904-620-0090 to get a free in-home estimate for your in-ground pool, or visit bluehaven.com. Don't let another summer pass by without a pool. Join thousands of happy Jacksonville pool owners in a Blue Haven pool.
If you've played sports or still lead an active life, chances are joint pain is nothing new. This is Dr. George Barry of Barry Orthopedics, and we like to be your option when it comes to taking care of your body and getting back in the game. From shoulders to elbows to hip and knee pain, Barry Orthopedics can diagnose and treat a variety of injuries that are causing you pain. We are Barry Orthopedics and online at barryorthopedics.com. With more than 30 years of experience, our team is here to care for your entire family.
Find out more at barryorthopedics.com. That's BAHRI orthopedics.com.
Hey folks, Hicken here for Zero Res. You're going to want to beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Hey, and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Don't forget about your air ducts. Your air ducts, sort of like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them Dan or 1010XL sent you. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, my takeaway is, listen, I've been a proponent of big for the first 3 picks in the draft, but if Abdul called or Travis Hunter happens to be there, might be a little leery. He talked about difference makers, playmakers. on this team, which we have not had in a while, especially at the draft position.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be, if we take them, either one, I'll be fine with it. But in the later rounds, you got to give me a lineman and a D tackle. And the big fella will be good then. I can sit back and smoke and drink one. I'm all for that.
Yeah, I think the way it looks, to me, I look at this, and my takeaway is the more quarterbacks that turn heads, like if Jackson Dart truly does become a guy that somebody's going to try and trade up and take.
Isn't it crazy?
It's great news for this franchise.
Yeah,
like you almost can't fail on that pick.
No, I really have a tough time seeing Dart climb as high as that. And the Bo Nix equation from last year may make people think about it.
What about Zach Wilson?
Well, yeah, that'll scare him off. That'll scare him off. But Dart has better tape for a longer period of time than Zach Wilson does.
True.
And the other thing about Bo Nix is that where did he go? 12th? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
12th to Denver. And so anyway, some may be looking earlier for that next guy. And Dart and Nix are kind of the same kind of guy. Not the tallest. Certainly, Bo Nix is a big put-together cat. And Jackson Dart, not as big. But anyway, can move. Certainly got a good arm.
Right.
So I just don't know if I see him climbing as high as that, but it's possible. You never know.
After the individual pro day, who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
Exactly.
It's the position that everybody falls in love with. I guess my whole thing is I want a big, but if you're at that point where you can't lose by who you choose.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be okay with Mason Graham. I'd be okay with Travis Hunter. I'd be okay with Carter. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, those are three major positions because, look, we're having fun, and a lot of people wanted to throw you out for contempt of court. Other ones were
a lot of people, by the way.
But there were other ones that were right there with you, 100% on the
I think
text
a couple
line.
of them are attorneys, too, by the way they're texting.
Yeah.
Which isn't good.
But another one said, I'm with Matt about getting dogs. I want a guy with an occasional disorderly conduct on his record and gets unhinged just enough. And so I think when you're talking about all these guys, they all represent an uptick in talent, a position that's still – the edge is still a position of need, even with Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker. Okay? It's still very – they have picked – think of what they've done at that position and how many times they've tried to nail down that edge rusher, and they just haven't been able to nail it. And so if you were to get one more guy in there and then create this rotation of just nothing but nasty cats on that side of the ball, that would be awesome.
Yeah, because the most important down for the defense is third down, getting them off the field. And if you got four guys like the Eagles prove, you get four-man rush, we don't have to blitz, and you can keep pressure on the quarterback. That's how you win ball games.
Yeah, like one's texting Allen, Armstead, Walker, Carter in a 4-3. Sheesh. Yeah, if you could have something like that. Now, that means Walker going inside.
That means Armstead
inside.
Actually playing.
Right. Well, yeah, that's just them. Maybe in a lightning package down in distance. It's all basic.
No, I mean actually playing well is what I mean.
Oh, yeah. Well, interiorly, look, for 7/8 of his career, he played. 9/10 of his career, he played some really good ball.
At times when he wasn't hurt, yeah.
And then this last year, he wasn't either properly motivated, properly used, or whatever, because it did not go well. But no matter what we're talking about here, Mason Graham, a lot of people think he might be the safest pick, but then you also have to say to yourself, do you already have Armstead and Mason Smith that you're trying to fit into that 3 technique at least for another year? Is Mason and one more guy? And then that nose, that guy who plays, that shades the center, that one technique, he's really important.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little competition. I mean, Mason Smith.
Sure.
Nothing wrong with he was the second pick last year. Second round pick. I mean, last year you bring him, Graham, they're going to compete. I mean, listen, the only way you get better in this league is not being comfortable. No success is ever achieved being comfortable. You got to be stressed a little bit. You got to be a little bit uncomfortable. All right. I mean, I don't have any problem with that. When you create competition on any team, you're going to only get better. If you don't, then that guy he wasn't supposed to be there anyway. You got to create competition. No one should be comfortable in this league. Except the ones that are established.
Yeah. No matter what, through the first 3, you might even call it 4 rounds, this team under Trent Baalke, they were operating basically on a 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 5 success rate because they were only getting a starter, and then the rest of them were rotational, backup, didn't play, that type of stuff. You can't have that.
No.
You have got to have 3 of your first 4 picks have got to be
I know they added
impact.
I know they added 3 offensive linemen in free agency. 1 early pick's got to be a starting guard.
Yeah,
has to be.
You would think so. And that's either your second or your third round.
Yes, has to be a starting guard. Not even a discussion.
Yeah.
Day one.
Here's another texter. If Travis Hunter is available and we don't take him, it will let all of the air out of the entire offseason. I would even give up 2 high picks to move up to number 3 to ensure we get him. And
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I understand what he's saying. I get it.
There's still a lot to be done.
I mean, to Leon's point, like if they pick him, I mean, the juice in this city will be off the charts.
Yeah, it will. It will. And here's another one that goes on the Carter side. And I love Sharp Analytics, and so he listed. So I'll definitely give him some love because this is off the text line. Jags D per Sharp Analytics, 32nd in pass rush win rate, 27th in pressure percentage. Give me Carter over Hunter. And so you go down the line, and what they didn't do defensively last year, it was atrocious.
Wait, say that pressure percentage again.
Pressure percentage, they were 27th in the league.
Okay, stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
So Josh Allen's tweeting out that he was 7th? Pressure? 5th?
Yeah.
What was the rest of the team?
Since the year 2020.
I was going to say, I thought it was just last year. I was going to say, what?
Over a 3-year period.
What was the percentage of the rest of the team other than him?
But I'll give you a few other ones. And this is from ESPN research. Let's see here. Make sure I get the defensive side of this. Jaguars allowed 389.9 yards per game, second worst average in franchise history. They gave up 417 plus in 2020.
I mean, they had a guitarist as a defensive coordinator. What do you expect?
Yeah. They ranked last in pass defense, 31st in total defense, 25th in run defense, 27th in scoring defense, and 25th on third downs. And
how bad is that?
Yeah, as just a little icing on the bad cake, they forced a league low 9 turnovers. Only team in single digits. And I've repeated that one to you guys many times. That one just that
was like a horrific defense is what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Rick Nielsen.
And they still were like 9 one-score games.
Yeah. Just imagine if either side just had the slightest little uptick. Give me another another field goal, whatever. Turn 3 into 7, average 4 more points per game.
How can you be that poor on defense and still be that close to winning these games?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions. We just don't have a whole lot of answers. You just go to all these things that they just did not do well, and if you tighten up with a couple of key draft picks, and then get a couple of these key free agents to come through, meaning let Jordan Lewis be a good nickel, let either Barry or whoever become one of the starters that you need. Safety, offensive line, whatever it might be. Let De'Ami Brown represent, 50 catches, 800 yards, 600 yards, something like that, and then go in the draft and get some more hosses.
I'm beginning to think it's not going to be like a 2 or 3 players that you need.
I don't know.
When I used to cover like games every week at Sporting News, this one scout I used to see all the time at games, and he used to put this little note in the margins when he was taking notes. HPK.
Yeah.
And one day I finally asked him, what's HPK? Heart Pumps Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of Heart Pumps Kool-Aid on that team right now, Leon.
I agree. And I don't want a cup.
Yeah, because you need more than that. Yeah. But the combination of whoever is going to rise in the ranks in this coaching staff coming in, if they did put together a good coaching staff, and we don't know whether that's going to be true or not. I thought Doug Peterson had a chance to change things up this last year and create a better coaching staff. It was a disaster. We all know that. But this next group, young, borrowed from a handful of guys that intersected, be it Green Bay, Minnesota, L.A., or heck, Boston College for that matter. If those guys can come together, get some better instruction, a little more passion instead of HPK. Yeah, get some more accountability and passion on this football team. And then every time they don't do it right, do it again. That type of stuff.
It's like a little nasty, man.
Yeah,
it's like
attitude.
Some nasty.
Yeah, I like to think of football players that these are two things that aren't necessarily mentioned all the time, but aptitude and attitude. Those are two really important things. You have the aptitude to do the job, and do you have the attitude to do the job? Can you recognize everything you're supposed to do? Can you remember your assignment? Can you execute your assignment? All those things.
Mm-hmm. You got to have a little, I keep saying that. You got to have a little thug life in your locker room.
Yeah.
That you just do. I'm just saying, man. You can't run around. I mean, and I'm not talking about guys who selling wolf tickets. I'm talking about I'm talking about just mean, nasty guys, and you can sense it in practice.
Right.
How they get after each other, and then that correlates, and then that simulation in practice carry overs into the game, and now you got a team that gets after you pretty good.
Yeah.
But it got to start. It's got to start at home. It's got to start at practice. It's got to start with the coaching. It's got to start with accountability, calling people out, being on time, all those type of things. If you let stuff slack, and this is what you get. When you let stuff slide, this is what you get. You get
what you get, man.
There's
no doubt about that.
But I think all those superlatives you just listed describes this next individual.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJax.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Can you repeat a couple of those superlatives that you just mentioned? The things that you wanted, the really good stuff in an individual? Can you repeat a couple of those?
I can't remember. I was on.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, he wants a little thug life.
Yeah.
And if
I want
nothing,
thug life.
Nothing says thug life like this guy.
Yeah, well, it just so happens the Frange man is ready to come in for a little crosstalk. What is up, Frank?
Let me just say this. I don't get to do crosstalk very often. Hayes usually does it. If I hadn't realized I was missing this much philosophy from the Primetime show, I'd be doing, you're doing aptitude and attitude and all rolled into one, Joey. Is this what, do I miss that every day? Is that what I miss out on?
Hey, we try to drop some knowledge on people, so you might want to come in.
Nothing screams thug quite like Frange.
Yeah. There you go. You're dipping into my street past again. That's what happens, okay?
Yeah, this is Kobe trying to get street cred right now.
I got a well-known street pass, Matty, that you're delving into is what's happening there. God almighty.
All right, so take us out to Breaking Field and let us know what's happening.
Joe, I will tell you this. I have not been here since last year. Obviously, the baseball season starts. I just texted Ken Babby a minute ago. This place looks amazing. They're renovating it, and they're redoing the right field where the offices are. Wait till you, Joe, Matt, Leon, wait till you guys get out here and see this. How gorgeous the new right field looks and the right field wall behind it. Honest to God, it is absolutely spectacular. So, me in baseball parks, I get excited every time I see him. This Breagan Field looks fantastic. My God, it looks beautiful. It could not be a better day. It's about 75 degrees and not a cloud in the sky. And Florida and FSU, bitter rivals and two fantastic programs. By the way, these two programs both went to the Final Four of the College World Series last year.
Yeah.
They were among the last four standing. Last year, FSU won all three games again in between the two. This year, Florida's already won in Tallahassee, but the Gators have been struggling. So, fun night here, and I can't wait to get it going, boys.
Yeah, that is just awesome. All right, so you guys will have that, plenty more. Yeah. We've been talking about the draft a bunch today, but you guys will be tearing into all sorts of things.
Yeah, okay, we'll certainly talk draft a little bit. We'll talk more about the Sweet 16, as always, Joe. Jeff Cardozo stops by, the terrific play-by-play voice of the Gator baseball team. He'll be by at 4:20. We're going to try and find Lulu. Is Lulu still around, Joe? I got to find Lulu, see if we can drag him in here,
the
too.
sports barbarian, I still think is part of the FSU staff there.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and drag him in. Ken Babby may stop by if I can get Ken to come by for a little bit to talk about his ballpark. So a lot of baseball talk and a whole lot more coming up in just a bit.
All right, sounds good, Frank. Eric Llewellyn, the sports barbarian, he was just so good. Good. He was a fun football player, and then he just immersed himself into the sport of baseball over in Tallahassee, which is pretty cool. Real quick, High Tide texting in on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. He went to grad school at Texas Tech. He said, great people in Lubbock, but it is a barren wasteland. I don't think you're wrong, High Tide.
They are good people out there in West Texas.
That's probably why you're growing buds here on this side instead of in the Lone Star State. I'm with you, bro. All right, listen, thanks to Beaver Chevy, Beaver Toyota. Definitely check them out. Every day but Sunday, they want to wow you, and they want to make sure they take care of you. BeaverChevrolet.com, BeaverToyota, StAugustine.com. You need help buying a brand new ride, a pre-owned ride. I know them all. So hook up with me, and I'll make sure I get you taken care of with Beaver Chevy or Beaver Toyota. Big Sirs, Maddie, Joe C., and JJ, thanks for lunch today, bro. Got the Francis Show coming up next.
Everyone wants to doubt Jacksonville. Never